what you do. Exactly where you're going to put the electrode, you're going to clean right in that area. Okay? I'm not going to show you this thing. Even if you took a shower, it'll be kind of like...
No lotion.
Okay, so we're going to start with the limb leads and their placement. You're going to put one on the right arm right here. Okay? We're going to put one on the left arm. We're going to put one on the leg away from the bone. You don't want to put it right on the bone because it kind of like sometimes gives you interference. If the patient doesn't have legs, then you put them right here. Anywhere you put it in the body, it's going to record the electricity from the heart. Okay, if you don't, sometimes they put them down here. It doesn't really matter. I just like it closer to the heart. These are the limb leads. Then we're going to put the chest leads. And what a lot of people say, well, by the nipples. But if your nipples are down here, so what you really do, and this is a perfect case, you count intercostal spaces, the intercostals. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth intercostal space, that's where you're going to put the V1 and the V2. The V1, it goes to the right of the sternum on the fourth intercostal space. The 2 goes on the left of the sternum on the fourth intercostal space. Then I like to do lead 4, and I'll tell you why. Lead 4 is mid-clavicular line on the clavicle, right here in the mid-clavicle, and then you put V3 in the middle of it. And I'm going to tell you something. As a nurse, you will do EKGs. Doctors need good placement of the leads. I've seen patient care assistants or PCAs in the hospital put in the leads down up here, and I see them put in the leads down here. And it gives you the wrong tracing. It gives you the wrong reading. So lead placement is crucial. Then B5 is anterior axillary line, and B6 is mid-axillary line. Okay? The heart is right here located. Okay? So now we have the wires. And what I would suggest is that you be organized when you do this. You got limb leads to the side. So I break it like that in the middle. And then you have the chest leads prepared. Because I tell you why you need to be organized and have it well organized. If you need to do a patient stat right now and you don't know where your leads are, you're in trouble. Okay? You're not so much in trouble yourself, you might lose your job, but the patient is in trouble, and that's who you got to care for. You got to make sure that he's going to be okay.
The patient will be deep fried.
Also, you need to explain to the patient the procedure that you're doing. We're going to do an electrocardiogram, and the electrocardiogram records electricity from your heart. Very little of it. Why you have to explain? Because you put in wires on this patient. And if you put in wires, they think they're going to be electrocuted. So make sure that you say, well, nothing, you're not going to receive any electricity. It's impossible for you to receive any electricity. We're going to record electricity from your heart. Okay, so you put the left side on the left side and the right side on the right side. And if you look, every lead is color-coded, and this is worldwide, use the same colors. And they also say right arm, right leg. Left arm, left leg. So you go right arm, right leg, which is the ground, left leg, and left arm. Pretty good. Another thing is the doctors, to get a good tracing, you don't want this lead to be in a loop. You want them to be as straight as possible so you get a good signal.
And now don't touch the camilla.
Okay, these are V1, V2, and V3. They're also color-coded, and they also have the numbers, the numbers on it. Be careful when you put the leads, because sometimes you can go like this and change the patient. And sometimes they don't say anything, and they're like, it hurts through the entire EKG. So make sure that you kind of like pull back right here, go under, and put the ECG on. They call it EKG also because it used to be, I mean, one of the reasons is that they use, in the hospitals, they used to call an EEG, or electroencephalogram, and they sound kind of like the same. So if imagine the doctor telling you, go and do an ECG, and that's how it's called, electrocardiogram, ECG, and you do an EEG. So they threw the K. Also, some other people said that if it was because it was Germany, the K, but there's different versions. Okay, so they call it EKG for all those reasons. So you want to make sure that the cables are pretty much straight. Now the patient is ready to. Another thing is that you want to keep that patient covered, because if the patient is shaking because it's cold and they're going to be nervous, then you're going to get a lot of interference. Okay, so you want to make sure that the patient is covered and comfortable. Now you're going to tell the patient, sir, do not move, try to not move or talk.
¿Necesitas electricidad, no?
No, this,
¿No? ¿Tiene batería?
Yes. All these machines, they hold batteries. And so because you're going to be running all over the place, and a lot of places that you get, when you get to ICU and stuff, you don't have where to hook it up. So make sure that when you go back to your station, you put the machine to charge. Because it looks pretty bad that you get there and there's no battery. So we turn the machine on, okay? And it has a filter here. You want the filter on so you get a clean tracing. Pretty much everything, the worst part is to put the electrodes. Once you put the electrodes, these machines are amazing. You just press out of one little button, and we out of paper. Give me 1 second. See, you need to know as a tech that you have paper on your machine. No. It's a special type of paper. Let me go, put pause on that, let me get some paper, and we'll go ahead and do it.